Welcome back to AuctionProTemplates.com. My name's Ali Baba, and in this tutorial we're going to go over the header section.html. Now this header section.html is this top part here, all the way up to this blue bar. So it includes the blue bar, the top navigation links, the search, and the logo. Now this header section gets displayed on every single store page. So for example, doesn't matter what category you're on or subcategory you're on, this header section is this part here. So whatever you change in this one header section.html part and upload that to eBay, this is what will change on the whole store. Okay, so this actually makes it really easy. Let me just come back to the store quickly. So let's get started. What we need to do is open up that header-section.html file inside of our Notepad++ or whatever text editor you're using. Now, I understand for people who may not want to dive into the code here, or this is all too confusing for you, I understand that. We do have a service that can help you out in making the edits you want and then update for you. Feel free to contact us. For the people who feel confident or just thought they might follow this tutorial along and give it a try, it's not that hard to do, so please follow along and let us know if you get any problems. The first thing we want to do is we want to change this logo. Now this logo is created to be allowed to have a 960 width, so please don't have a bigger logo or a bigger banner size than 960. The height can be any size that you want. It doesn't matter. Obviously if it's too high then it might not look good, but it's entirely up to you. If it is high, it will just move everything down. It's coded that way. This, again, like we said, doesn't necessarily have to be a logo. You could have a banner here, okay? We just add a logo just to get us started. But if you want to add a banner, then feel free to add a banner. Like I say, please make sure it's not more than 960 pixels in width. Now, to change this logo, to change it from what it is at the moment, there's two ways of doing this. The easiest and most practical way of doing this is to come to the folder, come to the images folder, okay, inside of here, the images folder, come down to logo, and the easiest thing would be to call your logo logo.png and overwrite the existing one that's inside of the FTP. That way it'll automatically, when you refresh this page, this logo of yours will automatically get displayed. You won't need to change any code. You just overwrite the existing logo image that's in that images folder already, upload that to your server, overwrite it, and it will automatically get displayed. That's going to be a consistent thing throughout all these tutorials. You're going to be able to overwrite pre-existing dummy images which we've added. That's the reason we've added them, just so it's easier for you to add stuff and don't have to do the code. Let's say, for example, that yours is a banner. It's not a logo, it's a full width banner, 960 pixels in width. And you don't want it to be a .png, you wanted it to be a JPEG, or you want it to have a different name. Well, all you would do is just select the end part of this line 19 here. In line 19, it's images logo.png. Just simply highlight that and change it for this is banner.jpg or whatever file format it is, okay? Once you make that change, then at the end here we'll upload to eBay one time, but that's all you'll need to do. You'll just need to change it to be where it's located on yours and the name of it, and then we upload it. Okay, I'm just going to bring that back. Also, the rest of this on line 18 should be already linked to your store, as is this part should already be linked to your store as well. So that's the logo part. The next part is the actual search, and you shouldn't actually have to change anything here. This is just this search feature here. Later on, when we get into changing colors and stuff, we can change that. But for now, if you look at the actual code, just check on line 26. It should just basically say eBay, your eBay store, and then / and this i.html. Okay. If it looks like that, then that's good to go. That will automatically create a search. So if you were to go to your search bar and type something in and search, it should, if you have it on eBay, bring it up. The last part that we want to talk about is these top navigation links here. Now, as you can see, we have home, about us, feedback, shipping. We just created these links just to display it and get you started, okay? You can have anything you want up here, privacy policy, whatever you want to call them, you can have up here. For fitting in purposes, making sure that you don't go too extreme, This is a sort of 6 to 7 is the sort of the correct amount of links that you should have up here. Otherwise they might overlap or come down and they just won't look so good. So 6, 5, entirely up to you, however many you have. To make edits on those, you need to scroll down to the start of line 42, this whole block here. Now inside of here, from line 42 all the way down to 48, you'll notice that everything is a Lee tag. Now I understand this might be daunting and you might not want to get into this code part. Just feel free in contacting us and we can help you out with this. For those who don't mind diving in here, basically all you need to change is you're going to need to change the name, which is the black text here: home, about us, feedback, shipping, FAQ, okay, and change it for what you want to call it and where it needs to go. So as you can see here, you have the link, the name of your store. So to make this easy, what you could do is just copy the first line, which is line 42, and then just create another one. And let's say you wanted to call this one privacy, okay, if I can spell it correctly. All you'd need to do is then create the last part. So in our example, let's call it privacy.html. We'll go over these custom pages later, but make sure there's no spaces. If you do want to have have privacy and something, you just use a hyphen, okay? Privacy conditions. I'm just making stuff up here, and just end it with .html, okay? We're just going to get rid of this title part. You can just get rid of that for now. If you did want that, then the title basically is that when they hover over this link, this is what gets displayed. You can, if you want, just change this to be privacy conditions. Doesn't matter about spaces in here. The only thing that you can't have spaces on is in the actual link here, okay? So that's how you would do it. Now, to find out how to get the link, one, you could do it that way, where the actual page at the moment doesn't exist, but it will do later on once you create it. If it's a feedback one, then this should be correct already. But if not, the easiest way to find out what your feedback link is just simply click on your feedback and then just copy whatever comes up here. You would just copy that, come back to your editor, and then just add the feedback link inside of here, inside of these quotation marks here, okay? I understand if it's confusing for people who aren't so code used to stuff, but like I say, please feel free. Get any problems or you get any errors, just let us know. If, for example, you don't want a link of some kind, or you don't want a couple of links, just simply delete from the end of the Lee to the beginning of the Lee. You'll notice here when you click on them in Notepad++, it'll show you the beginning and the end. Just simply get rid of the one, just delete the ones out that you don't actually want, okay? Once you're happy with everything in here and everything's good to go, first thing you want to do is save it, okay? That's the first thing. And the next thing is we need to do what we did before and just paste this code back into eBay. Now, just to make sure that we know that this is the correct one, you'll notice I have home, privacy, and I've got rid of contact us and the other link, okay? So this will let us know that this is the most updated version. So if we come back to manage my store, back to display settings, okay, and then scroll down to change here, store header display, just simply delete the code that's in there now and replace it with the new one and choose save settings. Now you need to get this, you need to remember this, anytime you make edits to these HTML files, you need to make sure you copy the code and paste it into eBay accordingly. You can't make the edit in the HTML file, save it on your computer, and then go to eBay to look at the changes, because there won't be any changes. You got one thing on your computer and it's a completely separate thing on the eBay, okay? It's just a common issue that people have. So let's come back to our store and let's have a look at our top navigation now, and it should be different than what it was before. You'll notice here's our privacy, here's our about us, and I got rid of those other links. So as you can see, they fit in there nicely, and like I said, make sure you just get about 6 to 7 links should be enough. You don't want to go too crazy, otherwise they might overlap or come out and stuff like that. So any problems with that, please feel free in contacting us. But that's how you change the links from line 42, the logo from line 18, okay? Hope this tutorial has been helpful and it hasn't made you too insane. Let's carry on moving forward, and now let's next change the homepage. Thanks everyone.